The Lolo Body Bar by Barmaids is an addictive and oh so decadent head-to-toe moisturizer made with all natural skin-loving butters and oils. This amazing bar is most definitely one item that belongs in every fiber artist's stash. Working with yarns and fibers can be so rewarding even while it steals your moisture and leaves you raw. Lolo by Barmaids is luxurious, creamy, smooth, and so good for your skin. It's easy to use, and there's never any leftover residue that could destroy your latest masterpiece. Protect and soothe your capable, beautiful, creative hands. Trust me, just try the Lolo Bar. The results speak for themselves.
Good morning and welcome to Knitting Blooms. Today is Saturday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And my name is Tina. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. It is actually 7:30. I'm actually getting started a half hour later than I had anticipated because we had some technical difficulties in the studio here. One of the plugs that I plug one of my lights into wasn't working. I thought it was my light, but it was the plug, and I had to call Mr. Fix-It, also known as Security Dude, to figure out what the problem was. So he came to the rescue, and we now have light. And I'm not sure the cats are going to join us this morning. I actually have a table in front of the stairs or into the basement area where I don't think they're going to jump over the table, but we'll see. Sammy is adventurous, and if you hear something going crashing down and me scrambling, it's probably because she's trying to jump over the table and something's crashing. Anyway, I want to start today with a thank you to Tammy from the Proverbial Knitter, who sent me a pattern on my actual podiversary, which was May 1st, which was Tuesday. So thank you, Tammy. I greatly appreciate it. It was a very nice surprise to get a pattern on my actual podiversary, and that was really fun. So thank you very much. She sent me the hitchhiker pattern, which I am definitely planning on doing in the near future. I did the Magrathea one, and I really like the construction of it. So it's the pattern is by the same designer, and I can't recall her name off the top of my head. So thank you, Tammy. I'm going to jump into week in review. And then I'm going to skip forward to my whips because really I didn't get a lot of knitting done this week. So I'm just going to give you my quick recap of my week, and then we'll do the whips, and then I'll jump into all the different prize drawings that we have for today. So last week I told you after the podcast I was going to the library to pick up a book, which I did, and I had planned on bringing it down here to show you the pattern that I was going to do, and I left it up on my desk. So you'll have to just imagine it. Maybe I'll try and post a picture in here as well, although I'm going to try and get this edited and everything early because I have a knit club today. So I got the book from the library, and I really do like it. I think the book is out of print. It's the book is called A Gathering of Lace. There is a ton of projects in that book, and I can order it on Amazon for about $50 for the paperback version. I have to look on the back of the book that I got from the library to see what the actual retail value or the suggested retail value is. Then I might consider buying it. The hardcover book, which I think would be a nicer book to have on Amazon, is like $86. And they're not really even sold by Amazon. They're outside sellers. So I'm always very leery about those kind of purchases. But, I mean, it's never been a problem, but I don't know. I have Amazon Prime, and I like to get my stuff fast, and I like to know it's going to be here on a certain day. And so most of the stuff I order is Amazon Prime. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I might, it's nice to know that I can get it from the library if I need to recheck it out. So I'll probably debate it. The book's not due back until the 19th, I think, so I have a bit of time. Last week we also made our salsa, which turned out really good. We were really kind of concerned because we only have this really tiny little food processor, and we ended up getting like 10 pounds of tomatoes. I don't know, there's onions, and what else did we put in there that we had to chop up? Onions, tomatoes, oh, cilantro. There was a lot of stuff that needed to be chopped, and a lot of stuff needed to be chopped in the food processor because you have to get it to be tiny little bits. Well, we only have like, I want to say a 4-cup food processor, and it's probably 25 years old, close to 25 years old, 20 years old. How old? Let's see. Oh, here comes Sammy. We're going to see if she's going to jump over. Oh. Do you want to come over here? I don't know if you can hear her, but she's over there crying. I'm going to go get her. Hang on just a minute. Okay. Now she's happy. She's on this side of the barrier with Mommy. So, let's see if she'll sit still on my lap. Anyway, we have a 4-cup... Oh, here comes Marty. He's just going to sit on the other side. We have a 4-cup food processor. And it took forever. And it didn't chop very well. Okay. So, I was real concerned that it wasn't going to come out. And we got frustrated. Needless to say, Steve has been looking for, I think, a 13-cup food processor. The thing is, he doesn't want to spend the money that it costs to buy the 13-cup food processor. I think we went to Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it was Sunday. Oh, it might have been Monday. And because that's one of our errands that we did that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Monday we went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and the food processor that's 13 cups is like $200. And although that's not really a bad price, if we only use it for salsa, because I'm not a big cooker or a baker or anything like that, and if we only use it for salsa, is it really going to be worth it? We'll have to see how often we make salsa. And I think I might try and talk him into doing half of a batch, because we ended up with close to, I want to say 10 quart-sized jars, 9 or 10 quart-sized jars of salsa. How are we going to eat all that salsa? I have no idea. I don't know what he's thinking. His mom does that recipe because she ends up giving, 3 jars to us and 2 jars to, his sister, and they eat some. We do not need to be making that much salsa. Now, Steve did give away a pint-sized jar to his stepdad because it seemed like it wasn't very spicy, the salsa. But we're finding that as the days go by, it's getting more of a bite to it. So we're going to be having some of that yummy salsa today at Club, because we're having a Cinco de Mayo celebration. So everybody will get to try it out. Anyway, we did the salsa. Sunday we moved some of the furniture out of the bedroom upstairs. We scheduled the appointment for the insulation for the 25th of May, which is, I believe, the Friday before Memorial Day. So that means that we'll have a 4-day weekend, and hopefully be able to get the house back in somewhat of an order, although the upstairs is going to be out of order for a while, because as I've told you before, we're ripping down the walls, not the walls, just a section of the the angled ceiling, and we're gonna have to put drywall back up and paint and all of that. So that's gonna be a long process. On Monday, like I said, we went out and did some errands. We went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and then we ended up going to dinner. Tuesday, I put on here house cleaning and knitting. I don't remember cleaning the house on Tuesday. I probably did. I don't remember what I did. I must have cleaned the house on Tuesday because I don't know. I probably did do some cleaning around the house. I do cleaning around the house almost every day. Anyway, so Tuesday I got a little bit of knitting done. And at work, I haven't really done much knitting at work all week. And I'll explain when I get to Thursday. So Tuesday I did a little house cleaning and then, you know, enjoyed my knitting time. Wednesday I actually went running for the first time since before camp. I was sick at camp, so there was no running going on at camp. And then when I got back, you know, it was just still recovering a little bit from the cold, and didn't do much knitting or much running, exercising. But I did go running on Wednesday. I think I did just over 5 miles. Most of that was walking. I was so tempted to actually run. I did run for a short bit, but because it was my first time back after like over a month of not working out, I didn't want to push myself too hard. I am still a little bit sore today. My legs, mostly my shins, I think, because I think I use my shin muscles more when I walk because I try and walk fast. I was walking at a just about a 14-minute mile. I don't know how fast that is off the top of my head. And I had expected to go out again on Thursday, but it was really stormy on Thursday, so I didn't. Instead, I played Sims, which is what I've been doing at work most days, is playing Sims instead of knitting. And it's kind of been nice because I just have needed some downtime. I mean, last week and the week before, no, I guess last week, not this past week, but last week, the week I got back from camp, I was so busy at work, I didn't really have time to do much of anything. And then last week, or this past week, I was getting caught up, and so in the afternoon, I just wanted to do nothing. So I just played Sims, and I've really been enjoying it. Yeah, I can't say anything more about it. I love it. I haven't played before going to camp. I played a little bit because I was trying to get the game updated. But before that, it's probably been 6 months since I played Sims. So I've needed a little bit of Sims time. Now, I did on Thursday. Oh, I forgot to tell you. On Wednesday, I also I created a new Knitopia blog. Actually, it's like the website, but that's what I did on Wednesday at work. I created a new website. Before I was using iWeb on my computer and then uploading it. And I know that iWeb is eventually going away. So I wanted to create a new website, plus I needed to update the logos and all of that stuff, and I needed to get the vendors for this year up there, and I needed to figure out how to get a brochure up on the brochure, the directory that we put in all the goodie bags up on the website. Because in years past, the file size is so big that I can't email it to people. I can't I could never figure out how to get the PDF up on the web. And I'm trying to figure out how I can do it through iWeb, and I just can't figure it out. Now, if I had done some research, I probably could have figured it out, but I don't like reading instructions. So I just play trial and error. And as I'm setting up the new website, I'm thinking, okay, I've got to be able to upload it to the blog. Now, I was able to do it to a WordPress blog, but I haven't liked WordPress, and that's why I switched the Knittopia, or the Knitting Blooms podcast, over to Blogger. So I set up a new blog for Knittopia, and I couldn't figure out how to import a PDF. And again, if I take some time and figure it out, I'm sure it's possible. But I remembered that I have a Dropbox account, and I went to Dropbox, and I found out that you can do like links. So I can set up a link so that anybody can go out and pull that document, which is exactly what I did. I don't know why I never thought about that before, but really I've only been using Dropbox for the last few months, so I really didn't even know that it existed. So even before, I didn't know that I could do that. So that was done on Wednesday. And then Thursday at work, in addition to playing Sims, I also edited the wheel cleaning tutorial, which a lot of people have already seen. But if you haven't, it is posted on Blip. I think I posted a link on the blog. I'll have to double check that. And I know I posted a link. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I think I posted a link in the group as well. So that was Thursday. Thursday night, Sims. That's it. Because it was stormy outside and I wasn't running. It was hot and muggy before the storm. Well, because it was hot and muggy and then the storm was coming in. And I was not going to run in the basement because it was too hot and muggy. So I just played Sims. And then Friday evening, I did some more house cleaning and was getting ready for today. And then, like I said, today I have knit club at the house. So in about 2 hours, just over 2 hours, the ladies are going to be here, and we are going to knit all day. And hopefully I will get some knitting progress, because really I haven't done much this week. And then tomorrow, I'm hoping to spend most of the day watching podcasts and knitting, because I am so far behind on podcasts. It's sad. Last Saturday, I was gonna sit down and watch podcast, and actually I did watch podcast. I watched Dramatic Knits. And then as I'm watching that, he mentioned he was going to have a VKN Saturday night. And I'm like, okay, I'll just jump on that. And instead of watching podcast Saturday night, I was on the VKN, which was fun and great, but just put me further behind on podcasts. But also, summer's coming and shows are going to be stopping, and I think I'll have lots of time this summer to watch podcasts. I might end up just making it about just trying to catch up on podcasts in the summertime and whenever I can during the winter when all the shows are on. Anyway, so that's my plan. We do have some more room prep to do. Probably tomorrow for the bedroom upstairs. I've packed up quite a bit of my clothes. The furniture, the dressers have been moved out of the room and are still accessible. We squeezed them into the spare bedroom. It's not the most ideal situation, but we could keep the clothes in there and access them, and it works. Everything else that's in the closet has to be boxed up and stored somehow, and I'm trying to store most of the stuff in suitcases so that we can still have easy access to them. And the stuff that we don't need, such as sweaters and stuff like that, I'm trying to box up and I don't know where I'm going to store them, but we'll figure it out. Also, tomorrow there is a, Steve's mom's church is having a Cinco de Mayo party. They have usually every major holiday or every few months they have like fundraisers for the church. Now, you might not think Cinco de Mayo is a major holiday, but to Mexicans it is. And Steve's mom, she always does a big celebration for Cinco de Mayo, so so she's cooking for the church tomorrow, and we're going to support their church. So, let me start telling you about my non-knitting this week. I mentioned that I was on a VKN with Steve from Dramatic Knits last Saturday. We were drinking margaritas and talking, and there was a bunch of podcasters on there. Diane from the Knittables, and Laura from the Knit Girls, Karen from Round the Twist, Rachel from Knit Me Happy. Who else was on there? There was other people that I didn't know before that were on there that were, I don't know if they were podcasters or just listeners or what have you, but we had a nice time. And because I was on VKN, I got a lot of progress on my socks because I was knitting margaritas. And although I started with the Pamua, I think I actually went into Google and had them pronounce it for me. So I think it's Pamua. Pamua is how you pronounce it. But anyway, I was working on my Pamua shawl, and that lasted about 2 rows into the margaritas. And then it was on to stockinette, which was so much better. So here's my peony socks. I did this much. I have the ribbing done on this sock, and actually I had this sock cast off yesterday. But I did some kind of funny cast off. I think it was knit 2 together around, or I think it was knit 2 together, slide the stitch back, and then knit 2 together, slide the stitch back. I don't know if that's the actual cast off or if I made it up as I went, but it wasn't as stretchy as I liked. So I took the bind off out last night, and I had anticipated rebinding off, but I didn't get to that. So today at Knit Club, these socks will be complete because this one, which I was already at the ribbing, I did start the ribbing. I have 2 rows of ribbing on there. Not that you can really see that, but yep, there's 2 rows of ribbing on there. I had planned on having this one done as well last night. Instead, I decided to have a bowl of popcorn while I watched my movie instead of knitting. And popcorn and knitting don't go so well together, especially when you have butter on it. On the popcorn, that is. So, the knitting got put down and the popcorn got eaten. But I promise you, this will be the first project that I work on today because I have 8 rows of ribbing on this sock, the bind off, and then just the bind off on this sock. I did try them on, which is why I ripped out the bind off. I did try them on after I had the bind off done on this sock. I love this base. I just can't tell you how much I love this base. And the colors. That just makes it even better. I'm very excited to get these off the needle so I can actually wear them. And that will happen today. Today. And then my Pamua shawl. I did work on this. Not as much as I would have liked, but I got a few rows done. And I think I'm going to need to put it on a longer cable needle, because it's getting really bunched up and it's almost falling off the needles. So let's see. I did approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Approximately 12 rows. I don't even know how I'm going to show you this. I really need to put it on a larger needle or a larger cable. There's the part that I got done, which, again, this is lace. I have, I believe, one more section of wave pattern to do before I go into the next section. But there's the progress that I made. I love the yarn. I love the pattern. Why do I have all this yarn everywhere? Where did it come from? I am probably going to try and extend it. There is a project in my favorites that somebody had gone through and added sections, and I'm probably going to follow her sections along. However, I don't think I have as much yarn. Well, I know I don't have as much yarn as she did, because I think she was using Woolmai's lace garn. So she had like 1,700 yards, and I have 800 yards or something to that effect. So I know I won't be able to do as many rows, repeat, additional sections as she did. However, I am going to add some extra ones, I think. I'm going to see how it goes when I get to the bottom of this section, or bottom of the actual pattern. I want to say that I have 10 more sections to go. I don't really remember. And my iPad's over there. So, yeah. I don't know how many more sections I have to go in the actual written pattern, but I am going to add some extra sections. I have to figure out how many sections I need to add to get the extra stitches to add a whole nother repeat. I want to say, you know what, hang on, let me just grab my iPad. Okay. I might as well just know what I'm talking about instead of just trying to guess. Okay, I am on section 31, which is what I thought. And I have to section 41 to go. And I believe the repeat for the border chart is 9 stitches. Wait, that says times 9. It's 18 stitches, I think, if I counted correctly. Yeah, 18 stitches. So I would need to increase an additional 18, so it would be 36 rows. So I'll have to figure out, in order to get one extra repeat of the border. So 36 rows, and so I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that. So it will be groups of 36. And then I'll have to weigh my yarn and figure all of that out. So I'll have to just wait and see where I am at the end of my first ball of yarn. I still have quite a wad of yarn to go. This is what I have left of the first one. and this bit that's somehow not in the ball. And then I have a whole nother skein. And the skein is 376 yards. For some reason, I thought it was a lot more than that. So maybe I won't be able to do any extra repeats. I would think that I would be able to do at least one extra repeat. So we'll see. I want to say that I have at least 100 yards more than what the pattern calls for. Let me just go see. Yeah, the pattern calls for 575 yards. So, and that's, they have actually, it calls for Woolmeise superwash. So, I'm sure that I can do something extra since I have 600, 700, 750 yards, something like that. So, it's coming along. Next week, I will put it on a larger needle so that you can actually see something, because this looks like nothing. And it's all scrunched up, and I can't spread it out because it'll fall off the needles. I'll show you the part that's way up here that I did 2 weeks ago. I love the texture of it. I really do. I'm really enjoying it. So, that's that. I've been talking a lot about doing the Effervesce socks, which is another pattern in my knit along. And this is the yarn I'm going to use. There's been talk on the boards, on the and this is turning out very blue on the camera. However, it's very teal. But there's been some talk on the thread about what yarns to use because of the twisted stitches, because of the crossover stitches and whatnot. Some people have said Woolmeise is great for this project. Some people have said, no, I would recommend a more squishy yarn. I'm going with the minority. I'm going to try the Woolmeise because I really want to knit a pair of socks with Woolmeise. Even if it's, I only knit one pair ever, I want to knit a pair of socks. And I've seen this pattern done in Woolmeise. It looks very nice. I have no idea how it's going to wear. I think Margaret is coming to club today. So maybe she'll have worn her Effervesce socks in Woolmeise and will be able to tell me how they wear. But I'm excited. I'm probably going to cast these on today after I finish the peony socks. So then I have a pair of socks on the needles because I still haven't cast on my sweater, which I may cast on today. I have the peony socks on the needles, which will be cast off today. I have the Pamua shawl, which it's getting close to being done, but not quite. And I think that's all I have on the needles. So I'm kind of liking the limited projects I have on the needles because they get done if I work on them. If I'm not playing Sims 24/7. I just got the new, on the Sims, I just got the new Katy Perry Showtime expansion pack, so I'll be exploring that. Probably not this weekend. Today is going to be knitting all the time. Tomorrow, I might sim tomorrow, but I'm really wanting to get outside. I'm hoping that the weather is nice enough for me to get outside and just enjoy the weather and sit in the gazebo and read or knit or whatever. Okay, spinning. I got no progress on my Giggle Jelly. I'm already behind by 2 ounces, almost 2 ounces, because I really wanted to have the second bump completed by the end of April. I'm so bad. It'll get done. And it's not because I haven't wanted to spin. I just haven't felt like doing anything. And I haven't been watching a lot of TV. And I've been playing Sims. But I did finish the Cormo from the Fiber Study. This is the one that I started at camp. And promptly decided that I hate. I finished plying it. Plying it was not as bad as spinning it. But that's what it looks like. It came out pretty nice. There's a couple spots that are thinner than others, and it looks like not plied quite all that well. I might have to reply this because it looks pretty sparse in some places for the plying. I think I was just in a hurry. However, I have not soaked this yet. I meant to soak it earlier this week so it would be dry. I didn't do it. And then last night I saw it laying there and I said, well, I'm not going to soak it now because it'll be wet. So I didn't soak it last night. So I will soak it today and see how it looks after it's soaked. But my guess is that I will be replying this because, really, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But that is barely plied right there. It's barely plied. Yeah, it's a mess. But I'm not really that concerned about it because I didn't really like the fiber. Hopefully, I understand that it's supposed to be a very fluffy fiber that blooms maybe. So we'll see how it looks when it's done. When it's done soaking. Oops. So that's all I did this week. Sad, but true. So, let's talk about the featured designer, who is Retro Lemon, and I did not pull up. Huh, she's still on here from last week. Awesome! Retro Lemon, who makes these very cute toys, and she is our featured designer. And next week I will be drawing for 2 prizes, 2 patterns. So you still have time to enter to win one of her patterns. So go and check out all of her designs. Let me see if I can show you this way. Go and check out all of her designs and see what you like. Chelsea is one of my favorites. And then this fidget guy down here. Oh. That's Victor. I must have touched something else. Here's Victor. He's cute too. So, if you have children in your life or you just like to make little knitted toys, you will probably love Chelsea's patterns because they are just adorable. I have not made any of them yet. I really want to make Chelsea. And I would probably like to make Fidget. And maybe if I get motivated, I'll make my niece and nephew a knitted toy for Christmas. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we have lots of prizes today. I'm going to start, I guess I'll start with the barmaids. Last week I had forgotten to put the thread, actually, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I forgot to put the thread up, so there was no barmaids drawing last week. So I have a barmaid drawing this week. And actually, I probably should have drawn 2 numbers, but I'm not going to, just 1. So, but what I want to mention is that I've been reading some of the posts in there, And I'm still seeing that people have not tried barmaids. Their posts say, I want to try it, I want to try it. What are you waiting for, people? It is so awesome. It's not that expensive. Buy a Lolo bar. It's $14 or $15. Buy one. Just buy it. You will love it. And then you can say, I want to win because I want to buy another Lolo bar. Don't wait to win. I mean, I hope everybody has a chance to win, but don't wait. Don't wait to win. Just go and buy one. Buy the Lolo bar. In fact, I have to place another order because I'm almost out of face pudding. I love the face pudding. I still have a pretty nice stash of Lolo bars. I think last time I bought like 5. So, I have a pretty good stash of Lolo bars. But I'm almost out of face pudding. So, very soon I will be placing another order for some more face pudding because I really like that. So, if you haven't tried it, go and try it. Or buy a sample pack. They're only $5. Now, I don't know what the shipping would be on the sample packs, but the sample packs are $5. You can get a couple of you can figure out what smells you like. Try it. And then you can, if you're really creative, you can dig out. I dig out in the sample packs, they're only these little tiny little things, but you can dig them out with a toothpick and still use them on your hands. Not so much on your body, but definitely on your hands. So, without further ado, the winner is number 31, and that's Las Knit 2. And that's Lisa from Charleston, Tennessee. So congratulations, Lisa. You have won $15 off your order. So get in contact with me and I will send you that coupon code. Congratulations. And for the rest of you, place an order. Order a Lola bar. If you haven't tried it, try it. Just try it. Don't wait to win. The next drawing that I have is kind of like a random thing. It's not really a random drawing, but it's something okay, let me back up. When I was at camp, apparently there was a podcaster love day. And I had no clue because I had no internet. I wasn't really doing a lot of checking. So I didn't really see it until I got back. But I started reading, finally, this week, when I had time to read things at work. I started reading the thread. And just reading that thread of all the thank yous in the podcaster love, it just made me so happy. It made me so happy to read that people had taken out a time of their day to come and just say hello or thank you for the podcast and what have you. And it just made me so happy. So what I decided to do was, from that thread on the group, is I decided to draw a number. And I'm going to send that lucky winner a prize, which I forgot to put together, but it's going to be something wonderful. And I did draw the number, and it was number 12, who is Hot Ass Knitter Nicole, who incidentally has her own podcast. So it's kind of cool that another podcaster is going to get my love this time, because I just love the podcast, and I am so happy that I can make so many people happy and enjoy knitting along with me while I just jibber jabber away. And thank you so much for taking the time and letting me know that you're enjoying the podcast. I really appreciate it. I love when people get in contact with me and tell me how much they love the podcast. It makes me want to continue. It makes me want to keep doing the podcast, because if I can make that many people happy and enjoy their knitting more, then I'm going to keep doing it. So congratulations, Nicole. Get in contact with me, and I'm going to send you a special surprise, which I haven't even decided what it is yet. I have lots of stuff that I've stashed away for prizes, so I'm sure I will be able to come up with something awesome for you. So get in contact with me, and I will get that off in the mail to you. Okay, so now let's get on to the Podiversary birthday drawing for this week. As I mentioned, I am going to do drawings each week for the month of May, because May 1st is my Podiversary and May 14th is my birthday. So I'm going to be giving away lots of stuff. There are 202 entries, and actually I'm the first entry, so there's 201 entries into the thread as of this morning, and I have read all of 19 of them. I am working my way through, and I am making notes as I go. I am really enjoying hearing how everybody spends their birthday. A lot of people so far enjoy their birthday just by spending it with family, not doing anything extravagant. A lot of people are do something special for themselves on their birthday. I'm really enjoying reading the thread and hearing about your birthdays. And it seems that my husband, the security guard, is a very popular episode. So I'm going to have to get him on the podcast again soon, because everybody seems to like him being on the podcast. And I am getting lots of suggestions for improvements and tutorials, which I'm hoping that I can implement most of them, but I won't be able to do everything. I won't be able to please everybody, because it's so funny. I'm reading along, and one post says, I don't like so much of the technology. Limit it to the knitting. And then the very next post says, I love the technology. So, everybody's going to have their own opinions, and hopefully that I can limit the things that people are not liking so much and still keep them in for the people that do like them. Everybody isn't going to be completely happy, and there's going to be things that some people don't like, and there's going to be things that other people love. I'm just going to try and keep an even balance to make everybody happy. So I'm enjoying reading them. Like I said, there's 201 entries. I've only read 19 of them. I'm just reading them slowly and enjoying them and taking them in, and like I said, making notes. Some people have suggested different tutorials, some of the suggestions to improve, or let's see if I can find my notes. Some of the suggestions would be to have different outings, maybe to like yarn shops or whatever, which is very possible. Other suggestions were to have guest hosts, which I'm hoping to continue with my husband or maybe some of my other knitting friends. Some of the tutorials that have been mentioned, and remember, I've only read 19 of these posts. Some of the other ones the tutorials are drop spindle, socks, dyeing, and double knitting. So I am definitely going to keep all of those things in mind, and now I've lost my show notes. and continue to make notes and try and implement those things in the next year. So let me get to the drawings. I've already drawn the numbers because really that takes a long time. After the technical difficulties, I sat down. I don't know what I have on my nose, but it just keeps itching. After the technical difficulties this morning, I sat down to draw the numbers, and that took like 20 minutes to draw the numbers of all the different things between the podcaster love, the barmaids, and then the 3 drawings. So it does save a lot of time on the podcast. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I hope you believe that I'm not trying to cheat or pick a different person or what have you. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that in order to win a drawing on the podcast, you have to be a member of the group. When I was going through some of the podcaster or the podiversary birthday thread, I did notice that a few people were not members of the group. So please be sure that you are a member of the group if you would like to try and win a prize. I do try and notify people when I see that they're not a member of the group so they don't miss out on winning a prize. But since I haven't gotten to those posts yet, I haven't notified those people, but I did notice them. But I'm marking those posts back as unread so that I can go back and remember where I left off. So if you are not a member of the group, please go to the group immediately and make sure that you are a member so that you don't get left out on winning prizes. So the first prize, which is this Bambino 4 Seasons yarn. It is, I don't know what because it's in a different language. It's wool, pomade, and something else. Some other kind of wool. I have no clue. It's German. There it is right there. It's a single that's lofty, but I think it would knit down. I actually tried to knit a sample with this, and I want to say I went from a 9 to maybe a 4. I can't remember. This is saying, no, I guess I must not have started with a 9 because this is saying a 5 to 6. So it's probably, I would say it's a DK Sport. Yeah, 5 or 6, I think that would be DK Sport. Anyway, let's see how many skeins I have. 15 and a bit. Because I did, like I said, I did knit up a sample because I was trying to figure out what I might make with this, and I could never figure it out. So I am going to give it to one lucky winner who just happens to be coming to Knit Club today. And I probably will just give it to her. She won't even get to watch the podcast because it definitely won't be posted by the time she gets here. But the winner is number 172, Knit Nut 67, and that would be Angela. So congratulations, Angela. You have won, but you probably already know that because you probably have the yarn in your hands right this moment. So she wins that yarn, which is actually kind of cool because now I don't have to ship it, but I will just give it to her when she comes to club today. The next item is a goodie bag from Knitopia. Lots and lots of goodies in this bag. I'm just going to give you a quick look at just a couple of things. Let's see, what do I want to show you? We have a little stitch marker. Oh, is that going to focus? A stitch marker from Studio June. And I'm not going to show you everything in this bag, but I'm going to show you some of the things. We have some yarn. This is from the Yarn Sisters. We have, guess what? A Lolo bar! It's in the Plain Jane fragrance. What else can I show you in here? We have a cute little book from Manos. And it's kids' sweaters. Let's see if I can. I'll just show you the pictures here. What else do we have in here? You will get a Knitting Blooms button. And there's a bunch of other stuff in here. We've got some fiber samples from Wool Gathering. This is Polworth Silk. And lots more. I don't even want to show you everything, so you can be surprised when you get the package. Some patterns, a pattern book, a magazine, fun stuff. So the winner is number 51, Sonoma Knits, and that's Phyllis from Sonoma, California. Congratulations, Phyllis. You have won the goodie bag from Knittopia. So get in contact with me and send me your address, and I will get that in the mail to you. And the last item, which is an actual Knittopia bag with some goodies in it. And let me give you a little taste of what goodies are in here. We have some fiber wash and power scrub from Unicorn. And we have a color grid from the Kangaroo Dyer. These things are so cool. And you too will receive a Knittopia button. And there's more fun goodness in this bag that I will leave as a surprise for you. And the person who wins this bag is number 96, Hate to Pearl, and that's Rose from Las Vegas. So congratulations, Rose. You have won this Knittopia goodie bag. This is a bag that I kind of put together. Doesn't have the stuff from the goodie bags. It has some of the things from the goodie bags, but also has some other little goodies in there. This is the actual goodie bag that everybody received at the retreat. So, congratulations to everybody for this week's drawing. We will have more wonderful goodies to give away next week. And hopefully more knitting progress next week as well. So I think that that is all I have for you today. I am going to pack up all the studio lights and get ready for the girls to arrive. It's now 8:30. So they should be arriving in the next hour and a half or so. And we are going to eat lots of Mexican food today and drink margaritas. So I hope you have a great week. I hope your knitting blooms this week. And I will talk to you next Saturday. Bye for now. These ladies are getting ready for their blocking demo, and they're drying their shawls right now.
It doesn't look like it, but we are.